welcome to the show. Really appreciate it. I'm your host Julio with my co-host and friend Robert Barbosa. And Robert, what we have going on tonight because it is crazy what is going on in the geopolitics arena and the United States affair. Let me know what's going on, Robert, because this is
So, so what we had going on today, we were discussing earlier today and yesterday, because we had seen that there was these we heard about a leak, and a really important one that we thought, obviously the title implies, a Secret Service member leaked some classified, very good information that he shouldn't have. And then
mm,
today we get the bombshell news and confirmation, in my opinion. This is my opinion, that uh, Iran was trying to assassinate our president. And now they made the threat again, and also basically admitting to, in my opinion, again, that's how I'm interpreting by the way they're saying it, because um man, it's just crazy. I mean, we're living in a, with leakers in the Secret Service, and then for this to happen today, man, we need to be heads on a swivel for our president, man. um if you guys ever around, if you see something, say something. If you think, like, Pennsylvania, when the rally, there was people that were feeling off easy. Everybody say something, scream, whatever. We need to be heads on a swivel and protect our president, because I don't know if we can count on Secret Service, and especially because of this. I mean, wasn't it James O'Keefe, right? I mean, if it wasn't, again,
right.
for
Yeah, James.
patriots like James O'Keefe, Nick Shirley, I mean, we need to have a bunch of you guys being Nick Shirley's, James O'Keefe. We need to keep our heads on our swivel, not just it's because the thing is, they're the powerful elites are upset, and Iran has been the pool to laundering money. This is why President Barack Obama, again, this is allegedly, but he did do this, send pallets of money to Iran. And again, he gets these book tours, he gets these speeches, and he gets paid, and we're not allowed to know who pays him, after retirement. Same thing with Joe Biden. I mean, there's just so much going on, dude. And
It is
if
crazy.
you watch this show and you like this show, you know what we're talking about. I mean, you guys know. And that's why it is very important that us, as patriots, as Trump supporters, as MAGA supporters, or as just American supporters, even if you're a Democrat, this is our president. This is the commander in chief. And even though you're not, let's just say you're not all the way in the Trump train, um, he's still our president. And this needs to be something that, we gotta, if 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 they hurt our president, what does that say about our national security? And what does that say about our country? And the leftists, they're crazy, they're deranged. And again, I don't know. But the first segment, we're going to talk about this leaker. And I believe that my buddy here, Julio, may have a clip to share that will explain or give you what we saw. And shout out to James O'Keefe.
Shout out. Okay, yes. Shout out to him. But before we start, let me start with the usual. I have to
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Number one.
number
Ooh,
one,
my bad. Mm.
praise to God. But yes, let me put it right here. There we
And
go.
we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose.
That's Romans 8:28.
Amen.
Amen for that. So let's start with the first news of the evening. It is James O'Keefe letting literally blowing the lid up on these Secret Service leaking vital information about JD's schedule security details, locations, you name it. I mean, he spilled the beans. But this is not the first time that happened with
Oh,
the government
okay,
and
Julio.
James.
Who is James O'Keefe?
James O'Keefe is a like basically independent journalist. He's not paid by the large conglomerate. He was at the beginning with the what was the company that he was in before he was outed out? I forgot. I
It
forgot the
was
name.
Project Veritas.
Project Veritas. He was there for a couple years until they did something. I guess they got money from somebody else, and they kind of they kicked out him, James O'Keefe, which he was one of the founders of it. Anyway,
Yeah, and for those again, if you don't know who James O'Keefe is,
look it up.
yeah, look it up. He does is he finds very attractive women or very attractive men, and they have cameras, either like really hidden cameras, no one knows. And these guys think they're on a date, they think they got something going on, but they're spilling the beans, because they're trying to like flare up and say, "Oh, I'm this." But here, go
Yeah.
ahead. Just wanted to throw that out.
he's uh he's uh he's the James Epstein of the journalism. All right,
Yep.
let's play this real quick.
That video that James O'Keefe put out on Instagram, I couldn't believe it. I watched it last night. Here's the Secret Service agent sitting at a table or a bar with somebody, and he's just like unloading all this information on J.D. Vance.
This is probably the worst breach we've seen in a long time, and it comes courtesy of James O'Keefe, of course. I don't understand, like, how James is able to get away with it, right? It's Jesse Pinkman. He can't keep getting away with it, but he does.
You can't keep getting away with it!
He's just so good, and quite frankly, James is the hero of this story. But what James is doing is the kind of work that, like, an undercover should do, in exposing major security lapses on the vice president's team. This is terrible. These kind of things could get the vice president killed. We should all be celebrating James, as we do on this channel, for doing this, because now they know where some of the leaks are. What if this was a nation state? What if this was not just James O'Keefe honeypot operation, but like somebody from China or Iran? And of course, they probably have all those. Those exist.
An undercover video from James O'Keefe. He's been doing this for years. He's an independent journalist that released this on X. It's a video showing the agent allegedly discussing details like shift schedules, advanced security procedures, and protective formations.
Brother, let me tell you more about this guy, Thomas Escato. Thomas Escato, I couldn't find a location where he's from, the ethnicity or the country of origin. But in 2018, he was a legal migrant, later having his citizenship. So he's not from this country. But yet
Bro.
he was able to become a Secret Service agent in 2021
Under Biden, bro.
under Biden. He, in the video, hates Donald Trump, hates ICE, and yet he's serving under their leadership. So, brother, let me show you another video. Let me show you another video where he was in the infamous video. He was basically honeypotted. But let me show you the video real quick.
Your photo? You're so cute.
A current Secret Service agent on Vice President J.D. Vance's security detail
When he's like walking, like, where are you?
We'll have at least a minimum head and
gives away vital high-level security information to our undercover journalists.
we have different shifts. We have shift.
Tells her about detailed future travel plans for the vice president, and even sends her pictures with location metadata revealing where the president's convoy was located, potentially violating both the Secret Service NDA and United States federal law. And Tomas is fully aware of this. Quote, I sign paperwork, so if I don't have to get out information, I never do, otherwise I get in trouble. You really have to stand in awe of the lack of self-awareness.
They know how secret about what we do.
Tomas Escato also reveals that he voted for Biden and that he hates Trump and Vance's immigration policies.
Did you vote for Biden?
Yes, I did actually.
What do you think about like all the ICE stuff going on?
I hate that shit.
Yeah.
They're employing taxes that shouldn't be employed.
You may have seen reports last week that someone attempted to break into Vice President J.D. Vance's home in Ohio. That incident prompted us to take a closer look. What we found in our investigation was an agent inside the Vice President's detail who was actually revealing to a total stranger that the Vice President would be visiting his home in Ohio days ahead of time. And while what you're about to see is an important story, the security of the Vice President and his family is our top priority. Now, under
Bro.
The video, yeah, the video is quite long, but yet I will share the actual link for the video in the comments down below, so you guys can actually go to X and kind of watch the video. It's about 18, 19 minutes long, so I'll
I,
post it there
the
so you
the
can see it.
the
The
fact
length, bro,
the
it's
the
crazy.
the fact that he even said on a text he acknowledges what he's doing is wrong and can get him in trouble, and he's cooked. But I'm glad, that we found this. But then it goes to then my question is how many of these and I'm gonna say it, and you guys are probably, some of you guys are gonna get mad at me, and some of you guys are gonna agree with me. But these DEI hires, we need to get rid of them. I mean, for crying out loud, this is our commander in chief, and this is the vice president. I mean, all I'm saying is,
Bro,
this.
this is not the first time. This is not the first time. I'm gonna show you another video.
Oh
I'm gonna show you
no.
another video of what happened. I believe that was last year. You probably remember this guy. Let me bring it up to the front so you can see it. Remember that guy? Sometime
Oh
last year,
yeah.
the CIA, whatever analyst it was, whatever.
And he was with Jeffrey Epstein, right?
He was a CIA.
He was a CIA.
He wasn't a CIA. I think he's protecting a lot of other people. He's not protecting himself because there's nothing there, but he's protecting a lot of people.
Because Trump's now saying it's a hoax of the case, like a hoax or something. I'm like, come on, you know it's not a hoax. He's been on the plane, many times. It's just he was never on the plane with the kids.
I've seen the itineraries and I've interviewed all the victims. There's never been an instance where Trump was on a plane with these kids.
The question
Dang.
is, the
It
question is,
vindicated Trump. It vindicated Trump. The stuff we know. And we do know that Epstein would take celebrities, because just imagine if you ever throw a party and you're not an elite, you don't know how to party the way they do. So they throw parties and they're like, oh man, I need to go to Florida and I'm in New York. Oh man, hop on my plane, let's go, and we'll party in the plane and go to Florida, and you drop off, don't worry about it, leave your helicopter here, I got you. And then boom, they go. So there's been many reports that Jeffrey Epstein did that, right, to get favor to certain people, and he was trying to rub up on Donald Trump to get as many favors at him, but nothing stuck, because Donald Trump, he was at that time in charge of the Miss Universe pageant. You think he's, come on, bro, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, so this vindicates what it is, and it vindicates also everybody out there that knows that Jeffrey Epstein, it was a CIA. You know what I mean? It's just or a Fed implant or something, and it's true now. And again, man, it's just, there's so much swamp,
it's so much. It is
so much.
The swamp is so deep. It's so ingrained into the fabric of the politics realm. It is beyond pale. Like, everybody has a stain. Everybody has a mark. Everybody is being touched by the swamp. There is no escape on that. So now we moving forward, because I'm wondering what happened to the last guy, the dude, that Glenn Prager. What happened to him? Did he got fired? That he put in a different position? We haven't heard nothing about it, but yet I'm gonna find out what happened with him. But with Thomas Escato, I guarantee you, he would be going to jail. He would be serving time by
For sure, facts.
leaking classified information that he shouldn't have classified. So that would tells you they should scrutinize everyone in the Secret Service. They should double check everyone in the Secret Service, because this is what's one that got caught. Who knows what happened when
To
those
the
guys?
others, yeah.
Yeah, who knows? They got a couple drinks. They want to, they want to puff it the shit out. They want to be like, hey, I do this, I do that, bro. That's not the place. Like you were saying. But anyway, moving along.
But
Iran going crazy now. People are getting assassinated. There is a media blackout. There is an internet blackout in Iran on Iran. What news do you have, Robert, based on
so
what do you learn of what's going on in Iran?
So, Julio, and the thing is, again, this is scary because we just seen this yesterday and we said, you know what, let's talk about it today. And then this breaking news comes in today. And then to me, again, I'm going to let you guys have your own opinions, but that is my opinion. And I'm going to play this clip right now. And this is from Fox News.
Right.
And it's reporting from what a New York Times well, here, I'll just play it. Just here we go. On cue.
We are following some breaking news out of Iran after Iran threatens President Trump. Take a look at this social media post right now, sharing more details of this threat. This is from the New York Post saying Iran issues a sickening assassination threat against Trump. Quote, this time it will not miss the target. And they also shared a photo of one of the assassination attempts against President Trump. All of this coming as protests continue to escalate in Iran. These are some file video of some of these protests in which reportedly hundreds, if not thousands of people have been killed. Meantime, Iran's judiciary head has signaled earlier today there would be fast trials and executions ahead for suspects detained in these nationwide protests, despite warnings from President Trump that the U.S. may take military action over the killing of peaceful demonstrators.
So you hear that. They're already threatened to hang everybody that's protesting. And I'm going to play a little bit more. But, Julio, I want to hear so far what are your thoughts before I continue?
Man, this is Robert. I do not know what's going on in the world anymore. I mean, we have Nepal not even 8 months ago revolting against the government. Then Bulgaria doing the same thing. Now you have Iran, Venezuela, Cuba maybe next. Brother, this is I never seen so much geopolitical movement in the last 20 years, brother. This is unprecedented, and we have to be on top of it because, brother, everybody hates United States.
Well, okay. Well,
Everybody hates
correction.
United States.
Correction. The elite, the powerful elites hate United States. Like the prime minister of Iran hates United States. These
Right.
people that are protesting they love United States. It's basically the people, the masses, the people, the civilians, the citizens all across the world love Donald Trump. The only ones that don't love him are the criminals, are the leftist loonies within our country, and the powerful elites and the swamp monsters. That's the only people that don't like Donald Trump. But these people that are about to get slaughtered by the Iranian people and is going to force us to go to war, these people, they love us and they're counting on us to defend them. This is why they're doing this, because they feel that they have hope right now. And again, I'm just going to let it play a little bit more and we'll come back to it. Here we go.
Those comments came as activists warn that hangings of those detained could come soon. The security force crackdown on the demonstrations has killed at least 2,500 people. That's according to the U.S.-based human rights activist news agency. The death toll exceeds that of any other round of protest or unrest in Iran in decades and recalls the chaos surrounding the country's 1979 Islamic Revolution. These demonstrations began on December 28th. over the collapse of an Iranian currency as the country's economy is being squeezed by international sanctions levied in part over its nuclear program. This also comes as President Trump has consulted with his national security team about next steps with Iran as he looks to get a better understanding of the specific number of Iranian citizens who have been killed and arrested in more than 2 weeks of unrest throughout the country. So this is some video of just some of those protests that have continued to grow in Iran. President Trump said that he believes the killing is significant and that his administration would, quote, act accordingly. He also added that he believed the Iranian government was, quote, badly misbehaving. But the president said that he has yet to receive a confirmed number of Iranians killed in these protests that began late last month, saying that he has heard 5 different sets of numbers in that death toll. So the tensions continue to.
So yeah, as you can see, guys,
It is bad. It is bad.
and it looks like our hands forced to do something.
Yes.
That's what it looks
yes.
like.
Well, in the other hand, I have the crown prince, the exile crown prince of Iran, Reza Pahlavi. He put a tweet just now, and on their 30 minutes already have 120,000 views on X. So
And real quick, Julio,
yeah,
real quick. So the viewers, because in case someone strolls through this and doesn't realize who this guy really is, so this guy would have been the king, right? If I'm not mistaken, of Iran, and it was they were doing a parliament like England. You know how they have a king and a queen, and they were doing that. But the guy that took over now, they were trying to do what they did to the Bolsheviks with the Bolsheviks, what they did to their king and their royalty, and they were trying to kill him. And so he basically, him and his wife and his family came here to America. So they are living here. And now that he sees his people amped up, and he even said he's not trying to rule the country, but he is there to help them and get an election and have a parliament, a democracy type of government. So go ahead. I just wanted to, recap on that.
To all of our friends around the world, under the yoke of the Islamic Republic, Iran is identified in your minds with terrorism, extremism, and poverty. The real Iran is a different Iran, a beautiful, peace-loving, and flourishing Iran. It is the Iran that existed before the Islamic Republic, and it is the Iran that will rise again from its ashes the day the Islamic Republic falls. So let me be clear about how a free Iran will act towards its neighbors and the world after the fall of this regime. In security and foreign policy, Iran's nuclear military program will end. Support for terrorist groups will cease immediately. A free Iran will work with regional and global partners to confront terrorism, organized crime, drug trafficking, and extremist Islamism. Iran will act as a friend and a stabilizing force in the region, and it will be a responsible partner in global security. In diplomacy, relations with the United States will be normalized, and our friendship with America and her people will be restored. The State of Israel will be recognized immediately. We will pursue the expansion of the Abraham Accords into the Cyrus Accords, bringing together a free Iran, Israel, and the Arab world. A new chapter will begin, grounded in mutual recognition, sovereignty, and national interest. In energy, Iran holds some of the largest oil and gas reserves in the world. A free Iran will become a reliable energy supplier to the free world. Policymaking will be transparent. Iran's actions will be responsible. Prices will be predictable. In transparency and governance, Iran will adopt and enforce international standards. Money laundering will be confronted. Organized corruption will be dismantled. Public institutions will answer to the people. In the economy, Iran is one of the world's last great untapped markets. Our population is educated, modern, with a diaspora that connects it to the four corners of the world. A democratic Iran will open its economy to trade, investment, and innovation, and Iran will seek to invest in the world. Opportunity will replace isolation. This is not an abstract vision. It is a practical one, grounded in national interest, stability, and cooperation. To achieve this, now is the time to stand with the Iranian people. The fall of the Islamic Republic and the establishment of a secular, democratic government in Iran will not only restore dignity to my people, it will benefit the region and the world. A free Iran will be a force for peace, for prosperity, and for partnership.
Fun fact. Did you know he's an air pilot, a jet pilot? That's
Oh,
why
really?
that's why in the corner he had his helmet up there. Yeah, I think he even served in our military. Because I think didn't he come when he was young, right? He was really young when he came over. I think he was
Yeah.
just a prince.
Well, yeah, he was. Well, he's on his 60s. Yeah, I think he was like 40s something when he came in.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Same time when Patrick Bet David fled Iran because everybody fled when uh, uh, these Islamic radicals took over, and there's a proof of communism and radical Islam does not is not
Work.
compatible with
Yeah.
nobody.
With nobody, because both both those ideologies, it's either you
It's
do it by force. You don't have a
everything is
choice.
by force. Communism,
Everything, yeah,
everything is
everything's by
by force.
force.
We're gonna take everything away, and we're gonna give nothing to nobody, and we're gonna keep everything as the government usually does.
And
But
the leftist has you wants you to believe that what you're seeing with ICE raids are what these people are doing to the terrorists are doing to all these people out there in Iran, and it's not the same
it's far
because
worse. Never is
this
far worse.
this chick put herself in that situation by committing a crime, blocking a road, because that is a crime. Google it. If I put my car in the middle of the street and block traffic, impeding traffic, is that a crime? And you'll see that it is a crime. So on top of that, she put herself into obstructing and impeding lawful operations from federal agents, which you can debate whether ICE is not a real law enforcement or whatever. The fact is you can't debate that because they are law enforcement. And
Yeah.
then earlier I got into a discussion with this, I'm not going to say her name, on Facebook, and she's a friend of mine, but she's also a look, and it's funny, Julio, because she was a Marine. Okay. And she's saying that ICE agents are all not law enforcement, that they just hired people from the street and they're just regular. That is a lie. You have to have some type of law enforcement or military background to join
You have to go to
ICE.
the academy. You go
Yeah.
through a same process, but it's
They
even
have
worse. It's
they
a
have like a little
federal.
boot camp.
Yes, everybody does. The marshals, Interpol, FBI, CIA, Secret Service. Everybody got their own little boot camp, which is between 4 to 6 months. It's not like a willy nilly. We hire you from the streets, and we basically give you a 2 weeks crash course on weapon handling and so forth, and you off you go. No, you have to have an education, and you have to have a basically. It takes about a year to become an ICE agent or border patrol. Take about a
And
year
yeah, and
between
you,
the interviews, background checks, academy time, and like I would say intern time, because you have to get, you basically shadowing somebody until you put up onto the field. It would take 10 to 12 months. It takes time. It's not like
and you know what, Julio? And the thing is, they have these training camps, but these guys, they're getting people from law enforcement. Because see, a regular PD, a deputy, it's an upgrade once you go into federal agent. The
yeah,
pay is more. It's like a promotion, and you apply, and they either accept you or they don't. They deny you or they accept you. So it's like our buddy JJ Carroll. He had to re-enlist even though he was wanted, and I mean, it's a process. It
it's
doesn't just go from day and night, even though you've already worked there, or you were in law enforcement. And then on top of that, in Julio, you are Army, so Marines. And for this chick who wasn't Marine, and this is where our argument ended. But I'm like, wait a minute, don't you have regular operations where they teach you how to control civilians to keep them in check? That's the same exercise right there. You can see it. And of course, I chat GPT what that's called, and I you know what I mean. And I told her that, and yeah, you're right. That was it. Why? Because that's what they train you to do. The civilian or the citizen uh, drew, drew her car, whether if she did it accidental and she was trying to get away from him, she disobeyed a lawful command because they gave her opportunities, and that
right.
was it. And she turned, whether her intention was not to hit the officer or not, that doesn't matter. She did. The fact that she did it is where it gave, because the cop doesn't know. He doesn't read minds. And it's a split second. He's coming at her. It bumps him. He shoots. Because it's a. And again, this sounds insensitive, but it was a good shot. It was justified. But
Now talking
again,
about ICE, we have a Somali being arrested in Minnesota for overstaying visa, and she was offered $3,000 and a plane ticket back home. She refused it. Now she's apprehended. Check this video out.
Hey, chill the fuck out, bitch. Chill the fuck out. You ain't gonna do nothing. Chill the fuck out. Don't. Hey, bájale. Bájale. Bájale de huevos, vato. Bájale. He fucking touching me. Fucking touching me.
There we go. Spray them like cockroaches.
A ver, enseña la cara, perro. Enseña la cara. ¿Y eso qué? ¿Y eso qué? ¿Y eso qué? Bájale. It's a fucking woman.
And
Put some fucking
and
balls.
she's not getting in there.
Bájate la máscara. Bájate la máscara. You know exactly what the fuck I'm telling you. ¿Y eso qué? ¿Y eso qué? ¿Y eso
She sounds so dumb.
Look at the way you fucking have it. All right, we'll calm the situation down. They're fucking men. They're fucking grown-ass men, fucking men handling her. Let me fucking grab you like that, bitch. She ain't a fucking dog. I don't give a fuck. Don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Don't touch me.
There you have it. And people defending overstaying visas. I mean, if you break the law, come on, you gotta go.
I know
That's
exactly.
that's
That's it.
the slogan. If you break the law, you gotta go.
And the thing is, it's that's what ICE does. That's what the whole operation is, and that's what they're doing. They're doing their job. They're
Man, I don't know. People are stupid.
if
I
you
have to
don't
say,
look, if you guys don't like that, that they're doing their job. So the thing is, the laws are set of rule. I hate that, and for the viewers that agree with me and all that, I'm sorry if this goes. I know it sounds patronizing, but laws are rules, and those rules were put in place by the people that voted the Congress, the senators, which is the legislation branch, and was signed into law by the president that was current at the time, which was Bush. Okay, now you've had other presidents after Bush. You had Obama, you had Trump, you had Biden, and now you have Trump again. All four of the presidents could have changed that and got with the work with the House and the Senate to change that.
mhm.
Nobody changed it. Nobody changed those rules. But here's what you're not understanding. Obama didn't really care uh if they were implementing the rules. Hey, ignore them. They don't have papers. Just let them go. It's whatever. Let them go. You sure? Yeah. Too much paperwork. Let them go. So what is that telling you? They were promoting laziness within the branches, within a bunch of stuff. Yeah, just let her go. Yeah, it's fine. Let her go. It's too much paperwork. Plus, our
Mhm.
boss said not to do it. Okay, that's been going on. Here comes Commander in Chief Trump, and he's saying all this and that. So guess what? They're doing their job, and he's making sure they're doing their job. And then the left, the Democrats, can't win an election without cheating or implementing or making some noise or whatever. Then guess what? Now they have a problem with ICE. So then 2018, they were saying, oh, dismantle ICE, or and they want to get rid of ICE and whatnot. So again, those rules will never change. AOC, she could have been trying to change that law. She's not trying to change that law because she needs this chaos to stay relevant. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If you,
there's no business to give them what they want or what they
yep,
need. There's no business. There is no incentive. If they promise you to end poverty, I guarantee you they will keep you impoverished. They will keep you poor because that's where the business lies, to keep you there in one place. Because it does not work if I make you rich. Are you gonna vote for me next? Hell, probably no. You already got your money. You already got what I promised you. So
yep.
they are not. These leftists, communists, socialists, they will not give you what you need. They will take away. And that's the whole purpose. That's the whole premise of their ideology. Take away and give it out to other people. Basically, punish the hard worker and reward the lazy ones. That's what it is.
And here, Juan Buenrostro, shout out to Juan, says government said on TV, if you comply, you don't die. Facts. I,
That's,
when I
I,
when I
I got a
when I
video about that coming up next.
Yeah, when I read that or think of that, when I see those, and I'm trying to talk to this, I have that scene of Liar Liar. If you guys ever seen that movie Liar Liar with Jim
Mhm.
Carrey, where he grabs the phone and he's like, "Quit breaking the law, asshole." That's what I feel like telling you guys. Quit breaking the law. If you broke the law, or if they think you broke the law, if they tell you stop, and then you ask, "Am I being detained?" And if they don't answer, and they're still trying to cuff you, you're being detained. So you know what you need to do? Be quiet, take it. You're going to jail, you're going to some holding cell. If they don't have nothing on you, then guess what? They're going to say, "We're going to let you go this time, but you need to calm down." That's when you're like, "Okay, I'm going to get a lawyer because now you harassed me. You have something to do." But no, you want to resist, and now you're getting charges, and then you're resisting, and you're just making you're escalating the scenario, and that's what Democrats want you to do. That's why they're paying paid protesters to agitate. So they want anarchy. Why? Because guess what? They can report all the good stuff that Donald Trump is doing. You can forget about it because they would say you had that riot in Minneapolis. It was under Trump administration. And so again, you guys are playing by the Democrats' playbook. And some of the people that I know in part of my family are starting to think and falling into that same rhetoric and believing it. They're drinking the Kool-Aid, but it's
Now,
fine.
I know it is fine. But now we have the chief of police of Chicago.
Mm,
Probably heard about him. Listen to this.
yeah.
Federal agents, ICE, HSI, are officers. They are agents of law enforcement.
Yes.
If you box them in with vehicles, it is reasonable for them to believe that they are being ambushed and that this could end in a deadly situation. And it's reasonable for them to use force based on those conditions. Do not box in any law enforcement officer. You are breaking the law when you do that. And you are putting yourself in danger. Following law enforcement agents around. The question is why? What do you plan on doing? It's also reasonable for them to believe that you're eventually going to do harm to them. If you ram any vehicle, especially that one that contains law enforcement agents, and that's any law enforcement, local, state, federal, county, and you do this intentionally, this is considered deadly force. Deadly force is anything that can cause great bodily harm or death. When you plow into a vehicle that contains law enforcement agents, you're using deadly force. And they can use deadly force in response to stop you. We need to be clear about these laws. We cannot become a society where we just decide to take everything in our own hands and start to commit crimes against law enforcement. It is a crime. You may not like what they're doing. I can understand that there's a lot of emotions out there, but that does not mean that you get to commit a crime.
Man, this
especially one that could lead to deadly force. We need to keep everyone safe. Our responsibilities when it comes to federal agents, and I've been asked these questions, we do not interfere with the duties and responsibilities of federal agents.
Period.
The chief
Man.
of Chicago.
Period.
Dude, this guy got my vote if he ever decides to like wanting
Move
to
to
be.
Texas.
Yeah, exactly, man. You know, but no, it's good that he's in Chicago.
Move to Texas.
But
You
it's good
are-
that he's.
We're
it's-
going to bring Chappelle with
Oh yeah,
Rick
when he's
James.
like with the Rick James.
yeah. Let me
Hey,
find him.
but
I
you
need
know
to-
what? It's really good that he is in Chicago though. We need good people like that over there. And man, it just see that's common sense right there, guys. That's what we
Simple,
used to
man.
be. Yeah.
Simple. Don't get in between. Obey the law. Follow the rules. Do not box him in. Do not put a crowd around him or the vehicle. Don't get close. Don't catch a felony. Don't catch a misdemeanor. Don't catch a bullet. Just move. Let them do their work and let them have the due process that you so arguably asked for. Due process. So let them do the due process. let them take it to the court and let the court decide.
And if
But
you want to protest, and if you want to protest, protest on the sidewalk. You know, they're not telling you to not shout and say what you want to scream. If you want to scream, that's fine. Do
I'm
that.
telling you,
It's,
I'm
you
telling
know,
you, these
just
people.
don't. Mm.
I'm telling you, one of these days, they will give the order to the police or the ICE agents. Hey, if you get close enough within arm's length, you can start swinging and arresting people, and
Well,
let and then let the local police arrest them because
well,
they're getting too close to comfort. I mean, those people are getting in agents' faces, and who
yeah,
knows?
exactly.
Who knows?
Well,
Whoever
Julio,
can pull a knife and stab an officer, bro. This is if
hey,
I'm an officer, I don't want them close. I've been
Julio, we got
wasting.
good news. We
What's
got
up?
good news. We got good news. So what you're saying right now, I don't know if you knew this, but under the big beautiful bill,
Mm-hmm.
they hired 200 and plus. It's more than 200, but it's 200 plus ICE agents. Okay,
Nice,
they've been in training. Okay,
nice. So they should be on the
so
streets by the end of the year. Mid.
uh, well, yeah, I think it's going to be within matter of weeks because some people like our buddy JJ Carroll fall in
Oh, so
that
they're
category.
returning. They're returning
So
back to force. Okay.
yes, so check this out. But they are gonna have, again, this is from inside source. I can't say from who, but I have buddies also in ICE. But check this out. They are going to be going to Minneapolis.
Whoa.
All of them. And they're going they're
Nice.
they're going to they're going to have a specific job, bro. And they found the loophole that allows this. Well, it's not a loophole, but it's a law that allows this. But so the agents that are there apprehending these illegals, the other 200 agents are going to team up to arrest the agitators. So they're going to form like the blockade you're talking about. If they're reaching a certain limit, their instructions is to detain them, and they're going to have a big van ready for them. They're going to arrest the, yep, they ain't
Nice. Put
playing.
him on cattle truck. Like, those
Yep.
cattle trucks, just pull him on in there, tie him up with zip ties, hog tie them, whatever they would need to do. Just get him out of the streets. If they're interfering, just put that on there. That accused, accuse them of interfering with the law. And that's is either misdemeanor or felony. Either or. They can catch a felony real quick. So
Yep.
and then let them have the due process that they
Yep.
deserve.
Yep.
That they so desperately asking for. So let them have it. Good. That's
they
good news.
they they are saying, which here's the thing. So the charge is 10 years for what you're doing. Like that lady that got hauled out of her car, she's going to face this is the only thing where I am pushing back on the Trump administration. They
Mhm.
went from 10 years and they're going to go down to 5. They're going to give them 5 years and uh fees and all that. But I'd say, man, give them 10 years, man. You know what I mean? Let
No,
them learn their lessons for sure. But
definitely, definitely. So we are really, really appreciate it, guys. We are about to close shop for the night. We're gonna go on for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna have probably different type of news. We're gonna give you a recap of what's going on tomorrow with Iran. A lot of stuff is happening. Donald Trump is basically deciding whether we bomb Iran or not. Now we have Saudi Arabia denying airspace to the United States, literally trying to remain neutral. Well, most likely they're siding with Iran. So let's see what happened within now
man,
and tomorrow, which is a big deal.
hey,
So
and
everybody is America's allies until
uh,
the shit hit the fan. So let's see what is evolving from here and forward. So, what are your thoughts on that, Robert?
Well, I'm discouraged because for the Saudis, they're our friends, they're our allies, and I hope somehow they don't defend. But I do understand that there's money in Iran, and with all the problems, that look, Venezuela seems to be had been something a key figure in place because I mean, you could tell with Iran, collapsing, and I mean, there's more, but I think Venezuela had something to do with all that. But dude, it's discouraging, man. And
and
I just,
and I made a video, but I didn't post it, and I talked about like what you're saying, and I came to the conclusion that Donald Trump knows what is going to happen if he moved to Venezuela, and he literally, and probably not intentionally, he messed with the hornet's nest. Remember,
mhm.
Venezuela was giving oil to Iran, China, Russia, and Cuba, like for cents to the dollar, cheap.
And they weren't supposed to.
And they were supposed to. And then also you can add the drug smuggling. You can add the fentanyl crisis that we have in America through Venezuela. You can add also raw materials like cobalt, lithium, precious metals, mine extracted from Venezuela to China and Russia. Now they don't have that. Remember, we already took over. They don't have those assets anymore. They don't have those, that the money, that currency. So I would not be surprised if China would try to move on Taiwan sooner than later, because as you know, every type of machinery, every military in the world runs on crude oil. And if you don't have enough, either you act now or you lose your opportunity, because remember, they were, those supplies will no longer be there to, to fuel your war efforts. So Donald Trump is sitting on $17.5 trillion on crude oil from Venezuela. That's a lot of money.
Hey, and hey,
That's
Trump was prepared for this, Julio. He's playing 4D chess. The budget that he got for the military was, I forgot how many trillions of dollars.
1.5
And
trillion for
yeah,
for fiscal year coming up in October, I believe. That's the proposal.
yeah. So he had that. That every time he changed the name of Secretary of Defense to Secretary of War. Again, he's preparing. He anticipated what's about to happen, and he took their power, China, Iran's power, like he undercutted them, and he put us in a position right now. And I'm sure he was predicting a war from Iran. And again, 4D chess, man. All I gotta say is, by here waking up, if we hear, there's gonna be some news because
Yeah.
this Donald Trump don't play. So
Yeah. We probably
uh,
see some news before the week is over. So let's pray for the best. Hopefully nothing bad happen. But look, China. Everybody not, is not talking about China. Everybody's focused
and
on
they're quiet.
Minneapolis and Iran and what's going on. But I will not overlook China, because China is probably quietly planning something big, and we have to keep on the lookout, because I guarantee you, Donald have their eyes on China, which is larger threat. Iran is just the barking dog. China is the handler. So we need to figure out what are we going to do. But anyway, besides that, thank you for watching. We
Yep.
really
Thank you, guys.
appreciate your assistance here. If you're on X, please don't leave without subscribing to the channel. Just hit that like, just give us a follow, and see us every night, 7:30 Central Time, so you can have the latest and greatest news. So we're gonna keep you up to date. We're gonna throw reels and posts throughout the day just to try to loop of what's going on. And besides that, let me read the last verse before we head out. Let me bring it up to here. There we go. This is no, this is the one from yesterday. Hold on, I got it right here. 'Cause I forgot just to replace it. Let me see. There we go, right here. There we go. Let me add it to here. Let me add it real quick. It is Isaiah 40:31. Let me bring it up. Let me add it. Let me see. There we go. And you read that. There we go. There you have it.
But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strengths. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint.
That's Isaiah 40:31. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And once again, we appreciate your viewership and your friendship. As
Thank you.
always, God bless America. God bless our troops. And God bless you. Last word, Roberts, before we go.
Yes, guys. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Take care.